Welcome into Movement Parallels Life. My name is Kellen Mylad. Happy to have you here for this 20-minute movement practice. This one is perfect for martial artists, dancers, yogis, or really anyone who loves to move in these weird and creative ways. We're going through 3 rounds on a series of 5 different movement patterns, 60-second intervals. These movements are going to help you develop better mobility, stability, and coordination. Now, this isn't going to be your typical workout where you just zone out and go hard. These movements are going to challenge your mind as well as your body. They're going to take patience, they're going to take practice, and we're always keeping the focus on quality of movement. That said, I want to encourage you to take it at your own pace, listen to your body, and have fun. Here we go. We're leading off round 1 with a prone press up and alternating lateral rollovers. Lie face down and press up into a spinal extension. Lower down with an exhale, then bend one knee, reach across your body, rolling laterally, press up to a sitting position. Reach your free arm to the floor and smoothly lower your chest to the ground, returning to your prone position. Then switch sides with the lateral roll. Reverse and return to your prone lying position and once again press up into a spinal extension. Keep flowing through this pattern for 30 more seconds. "15 more seconds. Check the screen for a preview of our next movement, a rock up to an alternating kick through. All right, we're on to our next movement. Make your way into a crawl position, lift one hand, rotate your body, and kick through. Sit your hips to the floor, then rock back, rock up to an opposite hand-foot base, lift, and return to the crawl position. Then switch sides. Lift your hand, kick through, sit, rock back, rock up, and return to your crawl position and repeat. For this first round, just focus on establishing a nice, easy rhythm and maybe adding a little bit of rotation with your kick throughs and rocking. "15 more seconds with our rock ups and kick throughs. Coming up next, we've got a figure 4 get up into a long lunge. Okay, now make your way into a figure 4 sitting position. Pulling from your feet, shift your weight forward into a half kneeling position. Straighten out your back leg, press your feet into the ground, and rise up into a long lunge. Lower your knee, pivot your back leg inward, and then sit back to the floor. Switch your figure 4 legs and repeat. Again, in this first round, just work on establishing strong and stable positions and a smooth rhythm. We'll make things more dynamic in the next rounds. Keep flowing with these figure 4 get-ups for about 15 more seconds. Up next, we've got lateral hip rolls. All right, moving on to our next pattern. Make your way over to one side of your mat in a crouch or toe squat position. Post one hand as your support as you slightly rotate your body and sit to your hip. Use your momentum to roll across your glutes. Use your hands in contact with the ground for a smooth entry and exit in and out of this lateral roll. Start slowly so you can create a smooth flow, then gradually begin to use more momentum to increase your speed. And use this momentum to carry you out of the roll back onto your feet for the finish. "15 more seconds working these lateral rolls, and then we'll move on to the last movement in our series, squat walking. Finish your last roll and make your way back onto your feet into a deep squat position. Our focus in this interval is to stay in the squat and move fluidly around our space. Explore movement in all planes. Move forwards, backwards, side to side, and rotationally. Freely use your hands in contact with the ground for better balance. Shift your weight to one side to free up your opposite leg to reposition somewhere else around your space. Keep in mind that the squat doesn't have one single form. It's a dynamic position with many different expressions. Listen to your body and make the modifications that are going to be the best fit for you. Rather than thinking of it as an exercise, think of the tasks that life might ask you to do while staying in a low position like this. Get creative, have fun with it, and remember to keep breathing as you move. All right, round one is complete. Take a moment to reset. Now that you're acclimated with the movements, we can start to explore and expand a little bit more in round two. Here we go, back to our prone press and lateral rollover. If you're feeling good with this movement, you might try an expansion this round. Roll over to a sitting position and then press up to a single arm bridge. Hold for a moment, lower down, and repeat. In the bridge position, feel your shoulders stacked and a long line of strength running through your locked out arm. Keep flowing with the movement for 30 more seconds. Final 10 seconds. Next up, rock ups and kick throughs. Transition to your crawl position. Rotate and kick through. Sit your hips to the floor. Rock back, rock up to your opposite hand and foot. Draw your straight leg underneath your body and return to your crawl. In this second round, you might bring a little bit more play into your practice. Explore different speeds, check out different angles, and try making a more dynamic switch with your kick throughs. Don't feel like you need to keep up or follow exactly what's going on in the video. Simply stay present in your body and sync your breathing with your movements. Keep flowing for 30 more seconds. Ten more seconds. Next, we've got the get up into the long lunge. All right, new variation for round two. Start in a side sit position. Rise up onto your knees and step your back leg forward to enter into the long lunge. Take a moment to find strength and stability in your lunge. Then put your knee down, sweep your front leg back to return to side sit. Switch your hips and repeat on the other side. The balance can be a little tricky here, but don't make it a struggle. Use your hands in contact with the ground to keep your movements fluid. Thirty more seconds. Ten more seconds. Next up, we've got lateral hip rolls. Consider how you're going to flow into the next movement without pause or interruption. Stay low to the ground in a crouch position. Plant one hand, lean to that side, and roll smoothly across your hips. Use your hands and your gaze to guide the direction of your rolls. And you can also expand on the movement by coming up onto your feet. Enter and exit the roll from standing. Focus on smoothness first and the speed will come. Use the information from the last rep to make the next rep better. 30 more seconds in this interval. Last 10 seconds before we move on to squat walking. Here we go. Last interval in round 2, 60 seconds in a deep squat position, moving around your space. If you're feeling strong and pain-free, you can expand on your movements this round by adding more variations on the balls of your feet, the deep knee bend. This is a tough movement, but don't make it harder than it needs to be. Using your hands isn't cheating, it's helping your body learn and progressively strengthen your joints and connective tissue. As you move, breathe deeply and work with your body to find that delicate balance between a challenge and a playful exploration. Stay with it for 30 more seconds. Final 10 seconds. Okay, round 2 is complete. Quick pause to rest and reset before we flow right into our third and final round. Make your way back for the prone press up and lateral rollover. Let's go. Feel the stretch of your hip as you step across, press up to sitting, and elevate into your bridge reach. Now that you've got some practice here, allow your body to take the lead and simply flow. Creatively blend together those rollovers and spinal extensions to freely move around your space. "30 seconds. 10 more seconds before our switch to rock ups and kick throughs. Finish up and flow seamlessly into your crawl position. Rotate and kick through, rock back, rock up, and switch. And if you're confident with handstands, you might try this jumping kick through switch. Keep flowing for 30 more seconds. Final 10 seconds before we switch to the get up and long lunge. So we've gone through 2 get up patterns, the figure 4 and the side sit. Go ahead and integrate these, blend them any way that you want, stay in motion for the next 60 seconds. For even more mobility, try pulsing through the range of motion on the long lunge. Continue on for 30 more seconds. Last 10 seconds before we switch to lateral hip rolls. Okay, now make your way back to your crouch position and begin working through your lateral hip rolls. If you're feeling confident, you might try integrating backwards rolls as well. Keep your chin tucked and spine rounded. Rock back and kick overhead, reaching for the ground. Avoid rolling over the crown of your head. Instead, feel the weight supported mostly on the back of your shoulder and a little bit on the side of your head. Keep on rolling for 30 more seconds. Final 10 seconds before squat walking. Now we'll make our way into the deep squat to finish out round 3. Use your hands for support, shift your weight from side to side, lean, and explore the different angles. From there, you might try this spiraling movement. Place your hands on the ground and shift your weight to the side. Pivot on the ball of your foot while your opposite leg sweeps back behind you, pulling you through a 180-degree turn. Just 30 more seconds to go. Keep on flowing. There it is. Round 3 is complete. Awesome job. Now I want to invite you to settle in on your mat. We'll spend the last few minutes of today's practice wrapping things up. We'll take the movements that we've been working with, slow them down to focus on breathing and stretching. And that's one of the things that I love about these ground-based movements the most, the versatility. You can spin these movements any way you want to meet your needs. The movements are brought to life by your intention. They can be the warm-up or the workout. They can be slow and stretchy or dynamic and athletic. So then these movements become more than just random exercises. They're your tools to take care of your body and guide your fitness any way you want. Here, instead of rolling over, we can use the same movement to create a nice stretch through the chest and shoulders. Then sitting back, extending the arms forward, coming into a shoulder flexion stretch. Breathing deeply and swaying from side to side. Explore the different angles, listen to your body, and follow what feels good. Now make your way back to a crawling position and elevate your hips. Pedal your feet and sway from side to side. Now shift your weight and step forward into a long lunge stretch. Rotate your body and switch the lunge stretch over to the other side. Slide your back leg forward and transition to a low kneeling position. Post your hands behind you, push your hips forward, open your chest, and take your gaze to the ceiling. Bring your hands forward, tuck your toes, and shift back into a deep squat with a forward fold. Breathe deeply, enjoy the stretch, and add in any little movements that feel good for your body. Release your hands from the ground and come into a full deep squat, again working any variations of movement that feel good. Maybe alternating between this deep squat and elevating your hips into a deep forward fold. So that's where we're going to close up today's session. I hope this one has got you feeling amazing. These ground-based movements really are such a powerful way to keep you loose and limber and build mobility to support whatever fitness, sport, or physical activity you're into. I promise you these movements just keep getting better and better the more you practice. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, come back again soon, we'll do it again. And if you want to fast track your learning, be sure to check out the links in the description because I've got a lot more movement goodness to share with you. So that's it, I'm out of here. You take good care of yourself, keep on moving, and I'll see you in the next practice.